They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. That's right.
One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home, only a place of captivity, saved facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting, the trail of my tears is countless. Main fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angels, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every cracker surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be, slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash, get resolved for the beast. 144, get the ruler show, we could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found, the time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slim. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I buy gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember your Honda's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in this body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear it got that new car smell. Made myself a target in a world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through. And the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
Someday you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Buck roll.
This shit gon' ride.
You'll never see another nigga like this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm going westward, sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Ties of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rap rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes, that's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences, 23 and 1 out. Praying that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury, I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Going on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani, my wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home and change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her, they don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain, it's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s Missy in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that guy flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Taha Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. They can't, the streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the swerve in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the swerve in my whole life. My whole life.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put y'all faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting, pacing like a saint. Black, Hispanic, Native, they hate your ass the same. Paint Christ in they image, paint you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soul niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and a curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the UPK, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville and I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. UPK the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under your honor, ain't me murdered by them and got a hug from your honor. That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, rank and order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game. Put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves. Chose by the Lord, we could never be the same. Soon as they born, the wicked go astray. They left the truth, they wasn't with us anyway. Niggas weak, they just saying anything to be truthful. We don't want no cowards anyway. Look, coronavirus, that's a plague. You don't get too much sleep when you waking up the dead. First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. Came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Bust their head.
ODing on a beat, Narcan flow. Got my... We outside. We outside with it. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I got the world in the palm of my hand. One West sleeve stretch, do it live on the gram. Had a whole world viewing, click and subscribe. Had them niggas off the block, tell them shooters they want a job. I just put them on the payroll. When I get control them, I just mold them like they Play-Doh. Soldiers giving halos, trying to get up at them pesos. 40 cows send you out of space, Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos, leave you all boxed up, all cause my delivery. I be on that prime shit, take you time to get with me. Got me like Vladimir, treat you like the Ukraine. Raise your little city, now you boating like Usain. Scope costs more than the rifle, I got new aim. Fresh kick, spit with the blick, not my shoe game. Used to have a dirty 30 tied to a shoestring. Now I got that Ruger 5 and 7, that's my boot thing. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. That temperature's getting hot, we take it outside. You run your mouth up in the store, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, cause we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. The Glock loaded, extra mag and it's outside. There's one West for that bag and we outside. We outside. I don't talk hardly, be there when when you call me. Send them Philly clippers at your head like a baldy. Chopper get to roaring down your block like a Harley. No, this ain't a big hog, this the big dog.
In your city, swinging through the jungle like it's pitfall. In the water wading, marching to my cadence. Big bursts of thunder in my hands like I'm reading. Shitty little combat sounds, but I ain't playing.
Look 'em in the eye before the war like a weigh-in. I'm up in the AM, politicking movements with that Draco from the vid because it's proven. Waiting on my brother how to bid, he ain't do shit. That's how life go. Win some, you lose. Seen a little nigga beat a big nigga out his shoes. Seen that nigga come back, pull up with a gun strap, rob everybody outside, told him run that. We outside, that temperature's getting how we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. Before the COVID had the mask and we was outside. My Glock loaded extra mag and it's outside. It's one west for that bag and we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. That temperature's getting how we take it outside. You run your mouth up in this club, we take it outside. I got my killers with me, you won't make it outside. We outside, outside, and we outside. Outside, outside, yeah, we outside. We outside, outside, yeah, we outside. It's one west on them corners and we outside. We outside, outside with it.
That should be it.
Laya Shabbat. Mazda needs to stand. Hold on, the dummy, turn to face the east. You can do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abano, Shabbat Shemayim, Kwadah, Hayah, Simka, Yahweh, Malawaka, Taba'ah, Ratazak, Hayah, Aisha, Ba'aratazak, Kuwa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Dunanow, Cal, you won. What's the lucky now? Come away now. Kasalaki now. Come away now. Mala'ah, Tabayah now. On the side one. A ball. Come with Shine now. My yun. Right. Kaya. Laka. Come a lakwa. Waha'ala. Ratapara. Ma'awalumya. Amad.
In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. On earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day. Our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
I cut the power of the Hebrew. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Babu Kashah. Nathalanaw. Hakat. Narapa'ah. Call Makalah. Wakal Madawa. Hakat. Latahar. Hamatazarayim. Hakat. Lahakim. Hamati. Hakat. Al-Kawa. Hatama'ala. Nagarishan. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Wada Amad
in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name of Yahweh Shai. Thank you, so be it.
Read the name of Magan, say the prayer below.
Start at the top.
The pen that's Israel, Yahweh.
So we're going to do the play to bless Israel. When you hear the words Hagun, Magun, say the names of a loved one. Go ahead.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wa Yashala.
Wa Yashala.
Wahabaya.
Wahabaya.
Sapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Rapah.
Rapah.
Magun.
Magun.
Hagun.
Hagun. Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
The House of Yaradan.
House of Yaradan.
The House of Yaradan.
House of Yaradan.
House of Yaradan.
House of Yaradan.
The House of Karyash.
House of Karyash.
The House of Karyash.
House of Karyash.
The House of Karyash.
House of Karyash.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Brandon Wilcox Sr.
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 Brandon Wilcox
The
Sr.
entire Anderson family.
Entire Edison
The
family.
entire Luckett family.
Entire Lucky
The
family.
entire McAllister family.
Entire McAllister family.
The entire Thornton family.
Entire Thornton family.
Francine.
Francine.
Camilla.
Camille.
Kimber.
Kimber.
Done.
The House of Yaradan.
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 Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
Priest Adama.
House of Karyash.
The House of Karyash.
House of Karyash.
The House of Karyash.
House of
The
Karyash.
House of Karyash.
Brandon Wilcox Sr.
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 Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
Trooper Ariala.
The Billers family.
The Billers family.
The Skiller family.
The Skiller family.
Radcliffe family.
The Radcliffe family.
All Israel.
All Israel.
Done. Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
The water of money.
The water of money in the English. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shai.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you, so be it.
Thank you, so be it. Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah.
Asha'ah.
Ayanya.
Ayanya.
Al-Hahari.
Al-Hahari.
Ma'ayan.
Ma'ayan.
Yaba'ah.
Yaba'ah.
Izari.
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 Ma'ayin.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Shamayam.
Shamayam.
Ba'aratazah.
Ba'aratazah.
Ayatan.
Ayatan.
Namawat.
Namawat.
Regal.
Regal.
Al-Yanawam.
Al-Yanawam.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Hanala'ah.
Hanala'ah.
Yanawam.
Yanawam.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Dayashan.
Yayashan.
Shawamar.
Shawamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamar.
Shamar.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazal.
Tazal.
Al-Yeh.
Al-Yeh.
Yamika.
Yamyuka.
Yawamam.
Yawamam.
Hashemash.
Hashemash.
La'ah.
La'ah.
Yekayaka.
Yekayaka.
Wayarak.
Wayarak.
Balayallah.
Alayallah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yasamar.
Bakarai.
Karai.
Yashamar.
Yasamar.
Afnapashka.
Afnapashka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Yasamar.
Taza'at.
Taza'at.
Babawa'at.
Wawa'at.
Ma'ita.
Ma'ita.
Wa'ai.
Wa'ai.
Our love.
Our love in the English. I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes unto the hill.
From whence cometh my help?
From which cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help comes from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasharala
he that keepeth Yasharah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right
The
hand.
sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming
from
in.
this time forth
This time forth,
and even forevermore.
even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Allahayah.
Allahayah,
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah,
Lekah.
Lekah,
All Thakarash.
All Thakarash,
All Tashakwat.
All Thaksakwat,
All
All
Kayahana.
Yahana,
Obabika.
Awabika,
Yahama.
Yahama,
Yawan.
Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka.
Al-Amaka,
Ya'arayam.
Ya'arayam,
Sawada.
Sawada,
Wayatha.
Wayatha,
Ya'ai Tazawah.
Ya'ai Tazawa,
Al-Tazapawayaka.
Al Tazapawamyuka,
Amarwa.
Amarwa,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanakakiyadam.
Manakakiyadam,
Magaya.
Magaya,
Wala'ai.
Wala'ai,
Yazakar.
Yasakar,
Sham Yasha'al.
Sham Yasha'ala,
Awada.
Iwada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nawai Tazawah.
Wai Tazawa,
Labat.
Laba,
Yakad.
Yakadwa,
Ayaka.
Auyuka,
Barya.
Arya,
Yakarata.
Yakarata,
Ahoya.
Ahoya,
Adawam.
Alawam,
Wayashimai.
Wayasamai,
Alayam.
Alayam,
Mawa'aba.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagaria.
Wahagaria,
ball.
The ball.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalak.
Wa'amalak.
Palashat.
Palashat.
Yashabia.
Yashabia.
Tazawar.
Tazawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Gum Ashawar.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Aiman.
Aiman.
Hayawa.
Ayawa.
Zerawai.
Zerawai.
Labanya.
Banya.
Lawat.
Lawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Laham.
Laham.
Kamadi.
Kamadi.
Kasaya.
Kasaya.
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah.
Kayabi.
Kayabi.
Banakal.
Banakal.
Koyashawan.
Koyashawan.
Nashimadwa.
Nashimadwa.
Bayan.
Bayan.
Da'ira.
Da'ira.
Hayawa.
Hayawa.
Daman.
Daman.
La'adama.
La'adama.
Shayatama.
Shayatama.
Nada.
Nada.
Yatmu.
Yadmu.
Kaira.
Kaira.
Bakasabah.
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 Bakasazal Manai.
Bakasazal Manai.
Call Nasiyakamu.
Call Nasiyakamu.
Ashar.
Ashar.
Amar.
Amar.
Naya Rashad.
Naya Rashad.
Nanawa.
Nalawa.
Na'awa.
Na'awa.
Alahayam.
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 Shayatamu.
Shayatamu.
Kagalgala.
Kagalgala.
Kakwash.
Kakwash.
Lapanya.
Lapanya.
Rawaka.
Rawaka.
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash.
Tabaira.
Tabaira.
Ya'ira.
Ya'ira.
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba.
Talahat.
Talahat.
Hariyam.
Hariyam.
Khan.
Khan.
Tabadat.
Daradat.
Basaira.
Basaira.
Wabasa.
Wabasa.
Wapath.
Wapath.
Tabahalam.
Tabahalam.
Mala'ah.
Mala'ai.
Panyaham.
Panyaham.
Kwanawan.
Kwanawan.
Waya.
Waya.
Wakwash.
Wakwash.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yabash.
Sabash.
Waya.
Waya.
Behold.
Behold.
Adiai.
Adiai.
Waya.
Waya.
Kapar.
Kapar.
Waya.
Waya.
Abad.
Abad.
Waya.
Waya.
Da'ira.
Da'ira.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Atha.
Atha.
Shimka.
Shimka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Lebad.
Lebat.
Ayawan.
Ayawan.
Al.
Al.
Kal.
Kal.
Haratazah.
Haratazah. And in the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
Thine enemies make a
And
tumult.
they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty
They
counsel
have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted
And consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come
come
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
being a nation.
that the name of Yasharallah
The name of Yahshua
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more
For
remembered.
they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against
the
thee.
tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom
and the
and
Ishmaelites,
the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab
and the Hagarene,
and the Hagarene,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of
the
Tyre.
inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of
They
light.
have hope for the children of Lot.
Salah,
Salah,
do unto them
do unto them
as unto the Midianites,
as to the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Jabin,
at the brook of Kisan,
the brook of Kisan,
which perished at Endor.
parents that endure.
They became as dung for the earth.
They became a dawn for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like a
and
red,
like Zael.
like Zael.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes as Zabah,
all the princes as above,
and as Zalmunna,
and as
who
Almuna,
said,
who said,
Let us take to ourselves
let us take to
the
ourselves
houses of Yahweh in possession.
the houses of Yahweh possession.
O my power,
Oh, my power,
make them like a wheel,
make them like a wheel,
as the stubble before the wind,
as the stubble before the
as
wind,
the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
as the flame set the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy temper,
and make them afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with
that
shame,
they may seek thy
they
name.
may seek thy name.
O Yahweh,
Oh, Yahweh,
let them be confounded
let them be
and
confounded
troubled forever.
and troubled forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let
shame
them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may
that
know
men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
all the earth.
Sarge, Sarge needs to turn. Yashabia, be seated. I'm gonna go and cut that fan. So we're gonna be picking up where we left off last week. Shalom, everybody. Tawada for joining us again. You know what I mean? Right. Well, we're gonna pick up, put it on low. Where we left off last week, which is gonna be in the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 14 and verse 14. You can leave it right there. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So, Salakia, while the brother deals with an off-screen technical issue. So, where we left off last week, Salakia. Well, the handmaid was, so Joab sent a handmaid to David. and she gave a scenario where she was speaking about her son. She said, as you know, at this point, Absalom killed, I think somebody said the door. Absalom killed Amnon, because Amnon slept with their sister Tamar, and then he disgraced her. You know, number one, he raped her. He forced himself upon the sister. Then after he finished the act, he became what they said, filled with hatred. You know what I mean? Because when you sin, when you do something disgusting, when you violate someone, you know, a lot of the times people blame the victims. You know what I'm saying? The victims blame themselves, and the person that violated the victim, they can turn around a lot of times and blame the victim also. So he filled with lust, raped his sister, and then was unrepentant about it. You know what I mean? He raped the sister, and then kicked her out of his bedroom, told her, get away from me. She begged and pleaded with him not to disgrace her like that, you know, and for them to try to, you know, figure out what's going on. And he just pretty much banished her, had his servants kick her out. The sister went to her older brother. David found out, he was furious. You know, it's just a whole big mess. You know what I mean? And so Absalom set the brother up. You know, he had David send the sons out all together on a mission. And in the time during that mission, he killed the brother. You know, he killed his brother to avenge his the honor of his sister. Now, that's not the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Right. But he took judgment into his own hands. And he feared his father's wrath, you know, for doing such a wicked thing. You know what I mean? And so he fled, and he went and lived in the mountains, you know, and he did not come back home for years. And what he didn't know is that during the time that he was gone, David actually mourned for him. You know, David loved his kids, right. And he actually mourned for the son. So Joab had his handmaid come to David and present a scenario. She said, I had two sons. The people want to kill my son. She said, I had two sons. They loved each other. They got into a fight. They got to war with each other. They got into a fight. And the oldest son killed the youngest son. And now I fear that the people would want his blood because of what happened. And David said, you know, basically, I would not let that happen. He passed a righteous judgment. You know what I mean? He said that, you know, no one is going to kill anybody, basically not on my watch. Whoever comes to you in this manner, send them to me, and I'll set them straight. Right. You know what I mean? I'll give refuge to your son. I'll protect your son. I'll protect you. You know, I'll let the people know, you know what I mean, to not disgrace you and dishonor you or do, you know, because he said, if my son is killed, then my bloodline is cut off. Right. You know, and my blood will be cut out of the earth. She said, this is my only son. He killed the one son, but he's my last son. So my father's bloodline and my bloodline will be cut out of the earth if they have their way with my son. So David said, this is not right. It's not going to be done in my kingdom, right, under my watch. And anybody that thinks otherwise, send them to me. Tell them I said it. He passed a righteous judgment. And so in turn, she turned around and said, should you not do the same thing for your own house? Right. You know what I mean? And with your own situation with your son. And then David said, oh, Joab sent you. You know what I mean? He knew what was going on at that point. He said, oh, I know what's happening. Did Joab send you? He said, yeah. She said, have mercy on your servants. You know, but the Lord is with you, and the people will be with you. You know what I mean? You passed a righteous and impartial judgment on this situation. Right. You ruled righteously. So without any selfish reasons, without any personal stakes in it, without any emotions, you made a righteous judgment. And now you can apply this judgment to your situation with your son and let your son come back home. And so David called for him. You know what I mean? And that's where we're at in the story right now. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to pick up on verse 15.
It's like it's the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 14, verse 15 in the Hebrew. What I thought, a sharp, the Atiyah, not the bar, all, Hamalak, Adaniyah, Ah, Hadabar, Hazah, Kaya, Yara Anya, Ha'ain, what the Amar, Shapakatak, Adabara, Na'a, all, Hamalak, Awalya, Ya'isha, Hamalak, Ah, the bar, Amathuwa, verse 16, Kaya, Yashamai, Hamalak, the Aitzayal, Ah, Amathuwa, Makah, Ha'ayash, La Shemaya, Ataya, Wa'ah, Banaya, Yakad, Manakalaf, Alhayam, verse 17, but the Amar, Shapakathak, Yahaya, Na'a, the bar, Adanaya, Hamalak, Lamana Watha, Kaya, Kamala'ak, Ha'alhayam, Khan, Adanaya, Hamalak, Lashmai, Hatawa, Warba'ai, wa Yahweh, Alayah, Yahya, Imar, verse 18, wa Ya'ain, Hamalak, wa Ya'amar, all, Ha'asha, all, the Kad, Kaya, it's like the Kadia, Mamanaya, the bar, Ashar, Anakaya, Sha'al, Athak, what the Amar, Ha'asha, Yadabar, Na'a, Adanaya, Hamalak, verse 19, Waya Amar, Hamalak, Kayad, Yaba'a, Athak, Bakal, Za'af, what the Ain, Ha'asha, what the Amar, Kayad, Yakashak, Adanaya, Hamalak, Asha, Lahamayan, Wala Asha Awal, like what Asha Ma'al, Makal, Ashar, the bar, Adanaya, Hamalak, Kaya, Abadak, Yaba'a, Hawa'a, Tazawani, Wahawa'a, Sham, Napanaya, it's like a Bapaya, Shepakathak, Ah, Kaya, Hadabarian, Ha'ala, verse 20, Laba'ib Award, Laba'ib Award, Shabab, Ah, Panaya, Hadabar, Aisha, Abadak, Yawa'a, Ah, Hadabar, Hazah, Wahadanya, Kakam, Kakakamath, Mala'at, Ha'alayam, Lada'aith, Ah, Kaya, Ashar, Ba'arataza, verse 21, where you Amar, Hamalak, all, Yaba'a, Hana, Na'a, Ashayatia, Ah, Hadabar, Hazah, Balak, Asha, Ah, Hana'ir, Ah, Abashalam. This is the book of it's like in 2 Samuel chapter 14, verse 15 in the English. Now, therefore, that I am come to speak of this thing unto my Lord the King, it is because the people have made me afraid. And the handmaid said, I will now speak unto the king. It may be that the king will perform the request of his handmaid. Verse 16, for the king will hear to deliver his handmaid out of the man, it's like out of the hand of the man that would destroy me and my son together out of the inheritance of God.
So as I said, like, well, we started a little back, but as I said, This is her saying that, deliver me from the hand that would destroy me out of the inheritance of God, than me and my son. So if they kill her, if they kill her son, her last born living son, this is the last male of her bloodline. She's cut off. Her bloodline ends. That's it. You know what I'm saying? She's cut out of the earth. She's cut out of the inheritance of God. You're done. You know what I mean? That would be the end of her bloodline. So she's saying that she's coming to the king to protect her from the man that would cut her inheritance off, that would cut her out of the promise, that would keep her out of the kingdom for being able to regenerate into this earth. You know what I mean? To keep her lineage going. Keep going.
17. Then that handmaid said, the word of my lord the king should not be comfortable. For as an angel of God, so is my lord the king to discern good and bad. Therefore the Lord thy God will be sent with thee. Verse 18. Then the king answered and said unto the woman, hide not from me, I pray thee, the thing that I shall ask thee. And the woman said, let my lord the king now speak. Verse 19. And the king said, is not the hand of Joab with thee in all this? And the woman answered and said, as thy soul liveth, my lord the king, none can turn to the right hand or to the left from aught that my lord the king hath spoken. For thy servant Joab, he bade me, and he put all these words in the mouth of my handmaid.
You see, that's how he's like, wait a minute now. You know what I'm saying? He realizes that something's amiss. So that's why he's like, okay, who sent you? Joab sent you, didn't you? She's begging for forgiveness. Salakia, sir, yeah, he sent me so I could get this righteous judgment out of you. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 20. To fetch about this form of speech had thy servant Joab done this thing. And my Lord is wise, according to the wisdom of the angel of God, to know all the things that are in the earth. Verse 21. And the king said unto Joab, behold now, I have done this thing. Go therefore, bring the young man Absalom again.
So, as I said, Joab used a little bit of subterfuge. You know what I mean?
Right.
But he did it for a right reason. He wasn't doing it to embarrass King David or to do something selfish. He was actually doing it to help the house of David, to help resolve this issue in a manner where it would be just. Instead of the king saying, I don't care what y'all say, bring my son. You know what I mean? Because the people might have wanted him dead for killing his brother. So he went about it in a manner where the king could make a right. That's why she said, you have spoken and no one can turn to the right or to the left from the judgment that you just made. It's a righteous judgment. So now can you apply it to your own situation? And Joab was like, yes, Salakia, sir, I did send her so you can get the judgment, but it's all good. Right. You judge this situation now. You know what I mean? Basically, your word is law, not the law, but law in the land. You know what I mean? So now you've made this judgment. We can apply this to your house and you can bring your son back home. And nobody can say you did anything wrong. Nobody can say you were selfish. Nobody can say that you would, you know what I mean, had any ulterior motives behind it. Right. He heard the situation. He judged it. Now he's able to bring his son home. And it'll be good in the eyes of everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's what Joab did, to make the king blameless. Right. Be able to amend this situation, help the king be blameless in this situation, and bring the brother back home in a peaceful manner where no one rightfully will call for his death or have a right to try to kill him in any type of way. You know what I mean? That was 21, right? All right, call up the next priest.
Next priest. Registry.
Karanga Bar, Bambanyamyam, Bandashala.
Karanga Bar, Bambanyamyam, Bandashala.
Yahweh Shim Yahweh Barakatham.
Yahweh Shim Yahweh Barakatham.
The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 14, verse 22. verse 22 in the Hebrew. Paul, Yawab, Al, Panayawa, Awatsa, Wayasha, Dakawa, Wayaba, Ron, Rock, Ka, Wayabarak, Ath, Amalak, Waya'a, Mara, Yawab, Hayawam, Yadai, Abarak, Ibadak, Kaya, Matasa'a, Daya, Khan, Ba'ai, Yanayak, Adanaya, Hamalak, Ashar, Aisha'a, Hamalak, Ath, the Bara, the bar. I put the wall. I put doc. Verse 23. Wayaquam. Yawa'ab. Wayalak. Gashawa. Ra'ah. Wayaba. Ath. Abba Shalom. Yara. Washalom. Verse 24. Waya'a. Mara. Amalak. Yasab. Al, Bayatawa, Wapatania, Al, Wapanya, La'a, Ra, Al, Yaralaha, Waya Sab, Abasha, Lawam, Abashalam, Al, Bayatawa, Wapatanaya, Wapanya, Hamalak, La'a, Wa'ab, verse 25. Wakalaha Basha Lawam, La'a, Hayaha, Hayash, Yapa'al, Bakal, Yasharala, Lahalala, Ma'ad, Makab, Raga, Lakalawa, Wa I Kwa the wa la haya ha wa maram. Verse 26. Waba gal kawa ath ra'ashawa waha yaha makotasa yamaram yamayam layamayam ashar yagalak kayab kabada ila wa alayawa wagal kawa washakwa ath shire washawa mahata yam shakala yam ban hamalak. Verse 27. Waya wall the wall la basha lawam la bashalam shalawash shalawasha bana yam wakath wabath akath washamaha tamara tamar hayath hayatha ashak yapath mara'ah.
Yeah, that's it. No, stop that. Oh yeah, 28. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, one more.
Wayashab abasha lawam abashalam bayawa wa lam by rush shana tayam shantan shana thom shana tayam yamayam wapanaya hamalak la'a raha. The book of 2 Samuel chapter 14 verse 22 in the English. And Joab fell to the ground on his face and bowed himself and thanked the king. And Joab said, today thy servant knoweth that I have found grace in thy sight, my lord, O king, and that the king has fulfilled the request of his servant.
He said, I know I found grace in your sight today because you granted my request. You know, even though I went about it this way, but thank you, my Lord. You granted my request. Right. You know what I mean? I know I found favor in your sight. You didn't turn me away once you found out this was coming from me. Right. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 23. And Joab arose and went into Geshur and brought Absalom to Jerusalem. Verse 24, and the king said, let him turn let him turn to his own house, and let him not see my face.
Keep going. Take the glasses off if you need to.
So Absalom returned to his own house and saw not the king's face.
You got to read up so I can hear you. Say it again. Read it again.
Verse 24, and the king said, let him turn to his house, to his own house, and let him not see my face. So Absalom returned to his own house.
Keep going.
His own house, and saw not the king's face.
So he said, send them home. Don't let them see my face yet. Keep going.
Verse 25, but in all Israel there was none to be so much praised. So Absalom for his beauty, from
the soul,
from the sole of his foot even to the crown of his head, there was no blemish in him.
So it said, out of all Israel, Absalom was a handsome man.
Right.
You know what I mean? It said from the sole of his foot from the top of his head to the sole of his feet, there was no blemish in him, no mark. Like they're basically saying this brother was damn near perfect looking.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was a very handsome man. Very, very. That's that. Keep going.
Verse 26, and the king bowed his head.
Don't say the king. I read it as it is.
Wait. Verse 26, and when he bowed his head, for it was at every year's end that he bowed it, because the hair was heavy on him, therefore he pulled it.
Read that louder. They got to hear you.
He pulled it. He weighed the hair of his head at 200 shekels after the king's weight.
Moriah, look up the meaning of the biblical meaning of the word Paul. Pole. Might it be pool? So basically, Absalom had a head full of hair, so much so that the brother's hair was heavy. You know what I mean? So he had the brother had a gigantic afro. You know what I mean? Probably some long and probably some super long braids. What's it mean?
What does Paul mean in the Bible? To cut hair from the head. Neither shall they shave their heads, nor suffer their locks to grow long.
All right, so his hair, he let his hair grow, and his hair grew so that every year he cut it down.
Right.
And when he cut off weighed 200 shekels after the king's weight. So the brother had a head full of hair.
Right.
You know what I mean? And probably had, brothers do that thing where they get their hair braided and they talking about the length. Well, it sounded like Absalom had everybody beat. You know what I mean? To the point where the brother's hair was heavy. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 27, to Absalom there was born 3 sons and 1 daughter, whose name was Tamar. She was a woman of a fair countenance.
Keep going.
Verse 28, so Absalom dwelt two full years in Jerusalem and saw not the king's face.
So he came home and he spent 2 full years without seeing his father. You know what I mean? He had sons and daughters. He named one of his daughters Tamar, obviously after his sister.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then he didn't see his father's face for 2 whole years. Now that's rough. You know what I mean? But we'll find out the reasons. All right, so let's get to the next 7. I'll pick that up. So we're starting at 29. It's the book of 2 Samuel, chapter 14 and verse 29 in the Hebrew. Well, Yeshalak, Abu Shalom, Al, Yawa'ab, Yeshalak, Athwa, Al, Kamalak, Wala'ah, Abba, Labuwa, Alyuwa, Wayushalak, Iwad, Shanayath, Wala'ah, Abba, Labuwa, verse 30. Yamar, Al, Ibadua, the Awa, Kalakwath, Yawab, Al, Yadaya, Walawa, Shum, Sha'ariyam, Lakawa, Waha, Watazathia, Waha, Tazayathwa, Ba'ash, Wayatazathwa, Ibadwa, Hashalom, Slakia, Ashalom, Af, Hakalakwa, Slakia, Hakalakwa, Ba'ash, verse 31. Wayaquam, Slakia, Yawab, Wayaba, Al, Abashalom, Habayatha, Wayamar, Al-Yua, Lama, Hatayathwa, Hatazayathwa, Abadiyak, that's a yell right there. Abadiyak. Yeah, that's a yell right there. Abadiyak, Hakalakwa, Ashar, Laya, Ba'ash, verse 32. Wayamar, Abashalom, Al, Yawa'ab, Hanaha, Shalakathia, Alayak, La'amar, Ba'a, Hanaha, Wa'ashaka, Athak, Al, Hamalak, La'amar, Lama, Ba'athia, Magashawar, Sawab, Laya, I, Anaya, Sham, Wata, Ara'ath, Ara'aha, Fanya, Hamalak, Wa'am, Yash, Baya, Awan, Wahamatanya, verse 33. Yaba'a, Yawa'ab, Al, Hamalak, Wayagad, Lawa, Wayakara, Al, Abashalom, Wayaba, Al, Hamalak, Wayashakathwa, Lawa, Al, Apayan, Arataza, Lapanya, Hamalak, Wayashak, Hamalak, La'abash Shalom. Book of, let me get that so I gotta use this app. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 15, and verse 1 in the Hebrew. Yahaya, Muakaria, Khan, Yaash, Lawa, Abashalom, Marakaba. What's a yum? Yasayum. Yeah, what's a yum? Wakamashim. Ayash. Ratazayum. Lapanyua. Verse 2. Washakam. Washakayum. Washakiyum. Abashalam. Wa Amai. Al. Yad. Darak. Darak. Ashair. Sakya. Hashair. Wayahaya. Gal. Hayash. Ashar. Yahaya. Lawa. Riyab. Laba'a. Sakya. Labawa. Al. Amalak. Labashapat. Salakia. Lamashapat. Wayakura. Abashalam. Sakya. Abashalam. Aliwa. Wayamar. Aya. Mazaha. Ayad. Ata. Wayamar. Ma'akar. Sakya. Ma'akad. Shabasaya. Yasharala. Abadak. I pick it up in English. 14 and 29.
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 14 verse 29 in the Hebrew, in English. And therefore Absalom sent for Joab to have sent him to the king. The word he would not come to him. And when he sent again the second time, he will not come. Verse 30. Therefore he said unto his servant, see, Joab's field is near mine, and he has barley there. Go send into a fire, and Absalom's servant set the field on fire.
Now, so Absalom is sending for Joab, so he can have him sent to the king, but Joab didn't come. So Absalom said, okay, well, look, Joab's field is near mine. You know what I mean? And he has a bunch of barley there, so go and set his field on fire. You know what I mean? And so Absalom's servant did that. Go ahead.
Verse 32, and Absalom answered.
31.
31. Salakia. The book of 2 Samuel chapter 14, verse 31 in the English. Then Joab arose and came to Absalom into his house and said, Wherefore thy servants my field on fire. Wherefore hath thy servants set my field on fire.
So Joab came like, man, what's going on? Why you have your servant set my field on fire? Like, what's up? Keep going.
Verse 32. And Absalom answered Joab, and behold, and I send thee.
Slow down now and read it. Oh yeah, sorry, that is what it said. Go ahead.
Verse 32. And Absalom answered Joab, behold, I send thee, saying, sent unto thee, saying, come hither, that I may send thee to the king to say, wherefore I am to come from Geshur. It have been good for me to have been there still. Now therefore let me see the king's face, and if there be any iniquity in me, let him kill me.
So he said, look, man, the reason I did that is because I sent for you twice and you didn't come. I sent for you so you can go to the king and ask the king, you know what I mean, if I can come and sit before him and see his face. And if I got any iniquity or any evil in me, then let him kill me.
Right.
You know what I mean? He wants to see his father. And if he's wicked, he's like, let my father judge me and kill me for being wicked. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 33. So Joab came to the king and told him, and when he called for Absalom, he came to the king and bowed himself on his face to the ground before the king, and the king kissed Absalom.
Keep going. That's self-explanatory.
Okay.
Next chapter, 15 and
1. The book of 2 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 1 in the English. And it came to pass after this that Absalom prepared him chariots and horses and 50 men to run before him. Verse 2. And Absalom rose up early and stood beside the way of the gate, and it was so that when any man that had come had a controversy came to the king for judgment, then Absalom called unto him and said, of what city art thou? And he said, thy servant is one of the tribes of Israel.
So at that point, so he went to David. David gave him kissed him on the cheek. He didn't kill him, so he didn't see any iniquity in him. You know what I mean? After that, Absalom took 50 men, and when it stood by the way of the gate, he went in and guarded his father's gate. So anybody came to the king that had a controversy, that had a problem, he questioned him. Who are you? Right. You know what I mean? What are you doing here? What's your purpose? You know what I mean? And he said, thy sir, you know, I'm one of the tribes of Israel. You know, basically he's questioning everybody that comes up to the gate with a problem.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's guarding his father's gate. You know what I'm saying? Let's get these next 7 in the Hebrew.
Okay. Book of 2 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 3. In the Hebrew. Okay, where you Amar, Ayuwa, Abashalam, Ra'ahah, the Barak, Tawabayam, Wana Kakayam, Washamai, Ayan, Laka, Ma'ah, Hamalah, verse 4, where you Amar, Abashalam, Maya, Yeshamanaya, Shapat, Baratazah, Wa'ilwa, it's like Wa'ilaya, Yabawa, Call, Ayash, Shar, Yahaya, Lawa, Raya, Wamashapat. What does it? Dr. Yahweh. Verse 5, Wahaya, Bakara, Ayash, Lasha, Dakawath, Lawa, Washalak, Yadawa, Wahakazayak, Lawa, Wanashak, Lawa, 6, Wayaish, Washalam, Badabar, it's like a cut the bar, Hazah, Lakal, Yasharala, Ashar, Yabawa, Lamashapat, all, Hamalak, Wayagana, Abashalam, Laba, Anashia, 7, Wayahaya, Mokwataza, Wabayam, Shala, Wayamar, Abashalam, all, Hamalak, Alaka, La'a, Washalam, Badaraya, Ashar, Nadarathia, La Yahweh, Bukar Bawan, verse 8, Kaya, Ladar, Abadah, Bashabatia, Bagashawar, Ba'ara, Saki Ba'aram, La'amar, Yeshua, Yeshua, Yeshayabanya, Yahweh, Rabbi Shalom, Abadiah, Yahweh, Wayamar, Laka, Nam, Wayakwam, Wayalak, About enough.
That was it. English. Verse 3.
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 3 in the English. And Absalom said unto him, see that thy matters are good and right, but there is no man deputed of the king to hear thee.
Well, he said, see that everything. She said, look, basically come up with, when you're coming in, come correct. You know what I mean? No one is deputed of the king. You know what I'm saying? So what's the word deputed? Said appoint or instruct to perform a task of which one is responsible. So no one is here. You know, no one has been instructed or appointed the task, you know what I'm saying, of the king to hear you. So when you're coming to the king, make sure you're coming correct. You're not coming to one of his servants. You're not coming to somebody that he put there, you know what I'm saying, to listen to your problems. You're going directly to the king. Keep going.
Verse 5, and it was so that when any man came nigh to him to do him up.
Wait, Salaki, you skipped verse 4.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Salaki, the book of 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 4 in the English. And Absalom said, moreover, all that I were made judge in the land, that every man which any man which hath any suit or cause might come unto me, and I will just.
I will what?
I will do him justice.
There you go. So Absalom's like, oh, if I were made judge of the land, you know, he's like, oh, I wish I was made judge of the land. So anybody that has suit or call, come to me and I'll do him justice. You know what I mean? He's trying to be like a mediator between the people and the king.
Right.
You know what I mean? So let's see what he's doing. Keep going, Kareem.
Verse 5, and it was so that when any man came nigh to him to do him obeisance, he put forth his hand and took him and kissed him.
Right. So what's the word obeisance mean? It's differential, is respect. I mean, the word obeisance means respect. So when anyone came to pay respect to him, they kissed him hand. They took him and he put forth his hand and they kissed his hand. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Verse 6, and this manner did Absalom to all Israel, that I came to the king for.
That's not what there's no I there. Keep reading, read it correctly.
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 6 in the English. And on this manner did Absalom to all Israel that came to the king for judgment. So Absalom stole the hearts of the men of Israel.
So he did this to everybody. He stood at the gate. He questioned them who they were, where they coming. Told them if they come correct. He said, and if I was the king, I would judge you all righteously and do you justice. And he had them kissing his hand. You know what I mean? And so it said he stole the hearts of the people of Israel. You know what I'm saying? He by him doing that, the people of Israel are looking up to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're honoring him. They're looking in awe at him. They love him. You know what I mean? Keep reading.
The book of 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 7 in the English. And it came to pass after these 40 years that Absalom said unto the king, I pray thee, let me go and pay my vow, which I have vowed unto the Lord in Hebron. Verse 8, for thy servant
Vowed a vow.
Vowed a vow while I abode in Geshur and Syria, saying, if the Lord shall bring me again indeed to Jerusalem, then I will serve the Lord. Verse 9, and the king said unto him, and the king said unto him, go in peace. So he arose and went to Hebron.
That's it. So Absalom He sat outside in front of the gate for 40 years doing that. 40 years. People loved him. He separated the king from the people a little bit. Right. He became, since no one was appointed, as he said, to go and speak for the people to the king, Absalom appointed himself, kind of like he made himself a gatekeeper. Right. You know what I mean? And now he's asking if he could go and fulfill a vow that he told David that he fulfilled, saying that if his father let him come back to Jerusalem, that he would serve the Lord. Right. And of course, who's going to stop a man from going to serve the Lord? You know what I'm saying? That would be if he just said, no, you can't go to serve the Lord. Like, you know what I mean? You can't stop a man. You shouldn't interfere with a man going to serve our Father. Right. You know what I mean? It's wrong to do that. You don't stop somebody from serving the Lord. You encourage brothers to serve the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You do what you can to help brothers properly serve the Lord. You know what I mean? All right, so let's get to these last 7 before we wrap it up. Let's see what's going on with Absalom at the end of this.
Book of 1st, 2nd Samuel, chapter 15, verse 10. In the Hebrew.
Mm-hmm. You got it? I know them Tanakhs be messed up sometimes.
Book of 2nd Samuel, chapter 15, verse 10 in the Hebrew. Where Shalak, Basalam, Muragalia, Bakal, Shapatia, Yasharala, Naamar, Kashamaykum, Af, Kawal, Hashapar, Maratham, Malak, Abashalam, Bakarabawan, verse 11, Wa'af, Abashalam, Halakwa, Mathayam, Ayash, Mayarashalam, Kroyam, Walakayam, Lathamam, Wala'ah, Yadaiwa, Call, the bar, verse 12, where Shalak, Abashalam, Af, Atayatapal, Akayatapal, Hagaya Lanaya, Yabaitis, Dawada, Ma'aya Rawa, Magala, Bazabakawa, Af, Hazabakayam, Wayahaya, Hakawar, it's like Hakashiyar, Amataza, Waha'ain, Hawalak, Wara, Af, Abashalam, verse 13, Wayaba'ah, Amayagad, all, Dawada, the Amar, Haya, Naba, Ayash, Yasharala, Akarya, Abashalam, verse 14, Wayamar, Dawada, the call, Abadayawa, Ashar, Athawa, Bayarashalam, Kawamawa, Wanabaraka, Kaya, La'a, Dahaya, Lanawa, Palayata, Apanaya, Abashalam, Maharawa, Lalakath, Pan, Yamahar, Wahashaganwa, Wahadayak, Ayanawa, Ah, Haraiha, Wahaka, Hayar, Lapaya, Kara, 15, Wayamarwa, Abadia, Amalak, All, Amalak, Kakal, Ashar, Yabakar, Adanaya, Amalak, Ana, Abadiwa, like Abadiyak.
Go 16.
Kamakan, Wayatiza'a, Hamalak, Makal, Wayatwa, Baragayu, Wayaiza, Hamalak, Af, Ishar, like Ishar, Nashiyam, Palagashiyam, Lashamar, Habayath.
Good job. 15 and 10.
Okay. The book of 2 Samuel chapter 15 verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
But Absalom sent spies throughout all the tribes of Israel, saying, as soon as ye hear the sound of the trumpet, that ye shall say Absalom reigned in Hebron.
Mm.
Verse 11, and when Absalom went 200,
Go ahead. Start at the top again.
Verse 11, and when Absalom went 200 men out of Jerusalem that were called, and they went in their simplicity, and they knew not anything.
So he said, when he gets, he sent spies to be in the people's ear and said, as soon as you hear the trumpet, say Absalom reigneth in Hebron. You know what I mean? And he said, and with him there were 200 men out of Jerusalem. And they, in their simplicity, they didn't know what was going on. You know what I mean? They're thinking they following the king's son. They following the prince. They don't know what he's about to try to do, what he's been plotting to do for the last 40 years. He wants to be a king. He wants to rule. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 12, and Absalom sent for Ahithophel, and Gilonite.
No, the Gilonite.
The Gilonite.
Mm-hmm.
David's counselors from
that louder so the camera can hear you.
David's counselors from his city, even from Gilgal, while offer sacrifice.
So they sent for David's counselor while he offered sacrifices. Keep going.
And the conspiracy was strong, for the people increased continually with Absalom.
You see, it said a conspiracy. You know, after everything, you know, David forgave this brother and let him come back. And now he's conspiring for rulership.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he sat at the gate 40 years, working to gain the people's trust and gain the hearts of the people. You know what I mean? And now he's conspiring to get some power. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
David and his verse 13, and there came a messenger to David, saying, the hearts of the men of Israel are after Absalom.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 14, and David said unto all his servants that they were with him at Jerusalem, arise and let us flee, for we shall not else escape from Absalom.
Mm-hmm.
Make speed to depart, lest he overtake us suddenly, and bring evil upon us, and smite the city with the edge of the sword.
So a messenger came to David and said, hey, sir, it's Salakia. The Absalom is basically, the hearts of the people are going towards Absalom. He's gained favor in the eyes of all the people. And David being the wise man, he's gone through this before. Right. You know what I mean? David being the wise man that he is, he said, you know what? All of y'all pack your stuff and let's leave. Let's flee, because that sounds like it's going to be a coup. You know what I mean? And when there's a coup, people come and they kill all the king's servants, and they try to kill the king and everybody around him so that they can rule the throne. Absalom, what he's doing is like he's trying to usurp rulership. You know what I'm saying? So David's like, look, let's leave before he ends up killing the whole city, and all of you, me, and the whole city by the edge of the sword. Let's go and find refuge first. You know what I mean? Ahead of this attempted coup. Read.
And the king's servant said unto the king, behold, thy servants are ready to do whatever so my lord the king shall appoint.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 16, and the king went forth and all his household after him, and the king left 10 women and which were concubines to keep the house.
So the people, the servant said, hey, we ready when you are, my lord. You know what I mean? All you got to do is get an order and we are out of here. And that's what he did. He took all of them. He left the city, and you know what I mean? Only he left 10 concubines there to keep the place clean.
Right.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? All right, with that, we're going to call it for the day. There you go. That was glorious right there.
Yasharala.
Wrong way. Over your right shoulder.
Muslim means to stand. Hold out the thumb, it's up face east. You do the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Quadash. Hayah. Shemka. Yahweh. Malawaka. Taba'ah. Ratazak. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazak. Kawak. Hayah. Bashamayim. Nathanaw. Lakam. Cow. Your walk. What's the luck now? Kabawaka now. Kasalaka now. Kabawaya now. Wala Tabayaya now. Bonasai one. A ball. Habashai now. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Look up. Amalakwa. Watapara. Aman. In the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Pound in Hebrew,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Baba Kashab. Nathanaw. Hakak. Larapa'ah. Kal Makala. Wakal Marawa. Hakak. Natahar. Hamatazariah. Hakak. Lahakia. Hakak. Al-Kawa. Hatama'ala. Nagarashan. Bashim Yahushua. What Aman in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the leper. The power to raise the dead. The power against the unclean spirit. To cast them out. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Yahweh. Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai. Baraklanau. Wayashala. Wahabaya. Sapari. Ba'ashem Yahushua. The Wad Aman in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua. Bless us. And Israel. And the school. In the name of Yahushua. Thank you, so be it. Sons of Suleiman in Hebrew. Asha'ah. Ayanya. Al-Hahari. Mayan. Yaba'ah. Isari. Ma'ain. Yahweh. Aisha. Shamayam. Ba'aratazak. Ayathan. Namawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamar. Hanala'at. Yanawam. Rala'at. Yayashun. Shawamar. Yasha'ala. Yahweh. Samar. Yahweh. Tazar. Al-Yad. Yamyaka. Yawamam. Hashemat. La'at. Yakayka. Wayarak. Belayallah. Yahweh. Yasamar. Makal Yashamar. Aknapaska. Yahweh. Yasamar. Tazahaka. Wabawa'aka. Wayatha. Wa'ai. Awalam. In the English.
I will lift up mine eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence cometh my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help cometh from Yahweh,
My help cometh from Yahweh,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be
He will
moved.
not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Yasharallah
he that keepeth Yasharallah
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy keeper.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil.
Yahweh shall preserve thee from all
He
evil.
shall preserve thy soul.
He shall preserve thy soul.
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
Yahweh shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in,
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
From this time forth,
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayah.
Alahayah,
Al-Damayah.
Al-Damayah,
Lakah.
Lakah,
Al-Takarash.
Al-Thakarash,
Al-Tasquat.
Al-Thashakwash,
All.
Al
Kayahana.
Kayahana,
Wabik.
Awabika,
Yahama.
Yahama,
Yawan.
Yawan,
Ra'ash.
Ra'ash,
Al-Amaka.
Al-Amika,
Yarayamba.
Yarayamba,
Sawadah.
Sarada,
Wayatha.
Wayatha,
Ya'ai Tazawah.
Yahai Tazawah,
Al-Tazapawaya.
Al-Tazapawanyaka,
Amaru.
Amaru,
Lakawa.
Lakawa,
Wanakakidam.
Wanakakidam,
Magaya.
Bagaya,
Wala'a.
Wala'ai,
Yazakar.
Yasakar,
Shom Yasha'al.
Shum Yasha'al,
Awada.
Awada,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Nuawai Tazawah.
Nawai Tazawah,
Laba.
Laba,
Yakad.
Yakadawa,
Ayaka.
Ayaka,
Barayat.
Barayat,
Yakaratu.
Yakarathwa,
Ahoya.
Ahoya,
Adawan.
Adawam,
Wayashmai.
Wayashmai,
Alayam.
Alayam,
Mawa'ab.
Mawa'aba,
Wahagari.
Wagaria,
Gabal.
Gabal,
Wa'amawan.
Wa'amalan,
Wa'amalat.
Wa'amalat,
Palashat.
Palashah,
Am Yashabi.
Am Yeshabia,
Tazawar.
Tazawar,
Gum Ashawar.
Gam Ashawar,
Nalawa.
Nalawa,
Imam.
Imam,
Hayawa.
Iowa,
Zerawai.
Zerawai,
Nabanya.
Nabanya,
The what?
the Wat,
Salah.
Salah,
Aisha.
Aisha,
Laham.
Laham,
Kamari.
Kamadia,
Kasaya.
Kasaya,
Sara'ah.
Sara'ah,
Kayabi.
Kayabi,
Barakal.
Banakal,
Kwayashawan.
Kwayashawan,
Nasamadu.
Nashamadu,
Bayan.
Mayan,
Da'ira.
Da'ira,
Hayawa.
Iowa,
Daman.
Daman,
La Adam.
La Adama,
Shayatam.
Shayathamba,
Nada.
Nada,
Yatmua.
Yadmawa,
Kaira.
Kaira,
Wakasabah.
Wakasabah,
Wakasabah.
Wakasabah,
Wakasazalmanai.
Wakasazalmanai,
Call Nasir Kumbu.
Call Nasir Kumbu,
Ashar.
Ashar,
Amar.
Amar,
Naya Rasha.
Naya Rasha,
Lanawa.
Nalawa,
Ah.
Ah,
Na'awa.
Na'awa,
Alahayam.
Alahayam,
Alahayam.
Alahaya,
Shayatam.
Shayathamba,
Kagagala.
Kagagala,
Kakwash.
Kakwash,
Lapanya.
Lapanya,
Rawaka.
Rabaka,
Ka'ash.
Ka'ash,
Dabaira.
Dabaira,
Ya'ira.
Ya'ira,
Wakalahaba.
Wakalahaba,
Dalahat.
Dalahat,
Hariyam.
Ariyam,
Khan.
Khan,
Daradat.
Daradatma,
Basaira.
Basairaka,
Wabasa.
Wabasa,
Wapath.
Wapafka,
Dabahalam.
Dabahalam,
Mala'a.
Malai,
Panyaham.
Panyaham,
Kwalawan.
Quadawam,
Waya.
Waya,
Bukwash.
Bakwashwa,
Shimka.
Shimka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Yabash.
Yabashwa,
Waya.
Waya,
Behold.
Behold,
Adiyai.
Adiyai,
Waya.
Waya,
Kapar.
Kapara,
Waya.
Waya,
Abad.
Abad,
Waya.
Waya,
Da'ira.
Ya'ira,
Kaya.
Kaya,
Atha.
Atha,
Shimka.
Shimka,
Yahweh.
Yahweh,
Nabad.
Nabaka,
Ayawan.
Ayawan,
Al.
Ah,
Kal.
Ah,
Hararat.
Haratazah. And the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo,
For lo,
thy enemies make a tumult.
thy enemies make a tumult.
And they that hate thee
And they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the
They
head.
have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people.
against thy people.
And consulted
And consult
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden one.
They have said,
They have said,
come
come,
and let us cut them off
let us cut them off
from being a nation.
from being a nation.
Let the name of Yasharallah, that the name of Yasharallah
The name of Yahshua
may be no more in remembrance.
may be no more
But
remembered.
they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against
the
thee,
tabernacles of Edom,
tabernacles of
and
Edom,
the Ishmaelites,
and the
of
Ishmaelites,
Moab,
and Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagranes,
the Baal,
Baal,
and Ammon,
and
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Assur is also joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot,
They are hoping the children
Salah, do unto them, as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kisan, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Orel, and like Zael. Yea, all their princes as Zabah, and as Zamuna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of Yahweh in possession. Oh my power, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flames set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth.
Men of Israel, Imam Shabbat, Amos, Barak,
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shem Barak Adam.
Yes, Matah, 7 service dismissed.